What's up, everybody? Chris and Tommy here with YouTube Celebrity Gossip News. Well, how's it going, Tommy?
It's going good.
Great. Well, we have some YouTube stories, so let's get started, and here we go.
Do we have any wrestling fans out there?
Wrestling! Woohoo! Wrestling fan!
Well, then if you're a wrestling fan, this story might just pique your interest. So Chris, you know the semi-retired professional wrestler known as The Rock?
Dwayne Johnson, The Rock? Yes.
Yes. Well, along with his company known as Seven Productions, he's teaming up with a digital network known as Studio 71 to produce a channel where he'll have content from upcoming shows he's going to be doing on TNT and HBO, as well as loads of action-packed fun, talking about, original content on his channel, as well as doing collaborations with a lot of big-name online personalities.
Great. That sounds really awesome to hear.
When you think a lot of the big names, it could be, anywhere from someone like Olga Kay to Charles Trippy, so you could use your imagination there.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, that's a really, really good thing that The Rock is, doing this YouTube channel to where he's going to be showing behind the scenes like on his, maybe he'll be showing behind the scenes what he does on Baywatch or other movies that he does. Moving on, what else do you have for us, Tommy?
Okay. Well, continuing on from last episode I did a whole segment about YouTube changes. Well, YouTube is going through another set of changes separate from the ones I announced last time, because there's been a big push on focusing on analytics, watch time, as well as easier ways to communicate with other YouTubers. So YouTube is rolling out several new things. First is, if you have the YouTube app, whether it's on Android or iOS, soon you'll be able to directly communicate with other YouTubers and other people who like your type of content. You can send them those videos directly to them versus using Twitter, Facebook, or any other app out there. It's called Native. Basically what Native is, like I said before, is a way for you to directly send video links and stuff to your friends and other YouTubers that might be interested in that same content. Then there is the whole thing about, how there's been all these billboards and stuff in Times Square and all over the US promoting big YouTubers. Right. Yes, YouTube does have a incentive to do that because it helps keep the money coming in, but they also have a incentive to also help and find ways to promote smaller YouTubers and get them built up. Mm-hmm. So they're working on ways to do that, like help people like you and me. And the last thing is, with watch time being the more focus of the analytics section, other than views. But unfortunately, this is very confusing, and it's not very well talked about on YouTube blogs or other people who report on the YouTube news. So it's not very clear cut and dry. So basically, there's watch time. It's broken into two parts. There's the time that someone actually watches a video, like with the one we're doing right now, from start to finish. That counts as how many minutes, and they add that up. Then there's duration, which is when they hit the play button, whether it's on your channel or someone else's channel, and from the time they start watching videos till they start ending watching videos. It's called watch duration. And there's now an emphasis being put on that, saying that it's more important than just the actual watch time. So with all these changes happening on YouTube, with one more, since they started YouTube Red, they now are going to be starting another service, which may be separate or it might be a part of YouTube Red. There are mixed reports on whether it's going to be separate or as part of YouTube Red. They're going to start a thing called Unplug that's going to start by the beginning of next year, which basically allows you to watch TV shows from different networks and stuff. One site says it could cost you $35. Another site says it could be part of YouTube Red. There really isn't any concrete reporting out there that I've discovered is saying it's one or the other.
Well, that's very good, Tommy. That is a great thing to have. So, Tommy, guess what?
What?
Mr. Chi was spotted in Westwood, basically where it looked like he was making a TV commercial because he's wearing a set of butterflies with his mohawk. And TMZ catched up with the company that was shooting with Mr. T, and they really wouldn't give any specific thing. So basically, yes, it looks like he's shooting a new commercial or something really awesome. What do you think about that?
Well, that sounds really amazing. Can't wait to see what comes of that. He's a very awesome guy. Loved him in A-Team. Loved him in the A-Team. Actually, just recently restarted watching it again on Netflix.
Right, I like Hannibal and Face and Murdoch and all of them. Mr. T carried the show. He was really awesome back in the day. And not just, the A-Team. We got Rocky, Rocky 3. He was in Rocky 3, as Clubber Lang. And, he went against Stallone, and he was really awesome in Rocky 3, even though he played a bad guy. It's okay, but he was spotted in Westwood, so can't wait to see something that Mr. T is coming up with. Also, moving on, I want to talk about Chyna. This goes into a few weeks to a few days before her death. Chyna was making a comeback. She was shooting vlogs, she was doing videos, she was doing different things for her comeback. This was a documentary about her comeback for herself, about the WWF, about the WWE, her comeback, what she's been through, what she hasn't been through, what kind of work that she was doing because, obviously, basically, you have to admit, Chyna she didn't need to be doing Playboy, but she did. So my point is that before her death, days before her death, she was shooting these videos, and what happened was that she went to a store and she had a problem due to where she was intoxicated and she fell and hit her head, and you could see the scar on her face. But my thing about this is that there are lawyers or agents that could have helped her out before her death. A lot of people came out after her death and said, what could have we done to help her? But it was too late. So there was this guy, her agent, that was trying to get her on a TV show to make a deal with everybody on the production. Like when she made that comeback for the TV show that she was going to be on, basically when she made her comeback, then she'll be able to get help then. But you don't have an agent that wants to make money off of you to do that to you and then get you the help, right? So it was too little too late after her death.
Yeah, it's sad how people who have that kind of status, whether it's a singer or a wrestler or whoever, of other people who have passed away in the past years, how people start coming out saying, "Oh, what could I have done?" Well, you're right. It's not more of a question of what you could have done. It's why didn't you do it? If you were a personal friend or someone who knew that person directly, it's not what you could have done, it's why didn't you do it, in my opinion.
Right, exactly. My thought is that somebody should have been there to help her. If people close to Chyna knew that she was struggling and any chance of overdosing, or even being an accidental overdose, people should have been around her the whole entire time to help her out when they knew that she was struggling and not to let it go, right?
Yeah.
In any case, that's that.
Hank Green has come out in defense of YouTube with all the flack they've been getting from the music industry about, you know, artists not getting their fair share of money, which some of it is legit. Yeah, there are people out there who really do screw over artists and stuff, but but on the other hand, YouTube has given through people getting, you know, splitting costs of say doing covers. You know, artists get half, they get half, and through all this and other stuff that YouTube has done, they've accumulated over $3 million to give directly to the music industry, you know, and to give back to the artists. So on one hand, yes, there are legitimate arguments to be made about, you know, real injustices to be done, but at the same time, there have been a lot of good things happening because of YouTube, because of artists. You know, people going and buy their songs more, and, you know, on iTunes and whatnot, and then the money they've got directly from YouTube. So he said that, you know, if there's a lot of good stuff coming from YouTube in the music industry, then why are you making, you know, then there are some arguments, you know, that are, as you know, pertinent, where yes, there are ones that are true, to ones where it's like, hey, you're making all this money, so what do you got to complain about? So there's that. Football and YouTube are expanding their partnership to bring you real-time highlights from the games as they're going on, and bringing you three historical games in live. Full screen is changing to become 3 different departments with the umbrella company called Full Screen Media. There'll still be Full Screen Network, which me and Chris are signed up with. It helps YouTubers grow their channels and get in touch with deals and whatnot. And there's also going to be their subscription network, their media. Then they're going to have a new department for helping out, you know, connecting YouTubers with different businesses. Oh, I almost forgot one last thing with around YouTube itself is YouTube is going to start placing ads that directly have to do with content that YouTube, you know, produce. Like, say you talk about outdoor stuff, it could be outdoor commercials and stuff related to what they're talking about that will be more targeted to that audience. So that wraps everything up for this week.
All right, great. Well, that's our stories. So everybody comment down in the section down below about the stories that you liked us talking about. And not only that, comment on what kind of story you could see us talking about that we have not talked about yet. So, VidCon coming up soon. See you guys there. We're going to have fun.
It's coming up real soon. If you're looking for a place to stay, please contact us, because the time is now. If you're actually going to be going and you need a place to stay, don't monkey around. We have space available.
This has been the Next Level Productions.
The channel takes you to the next level.
All right. See you, everyone.
Peace out and bye-bye.